So many of you on this call will already know me as the Director of Students for Global Health UK, and that's the name for the IFMSA NMO in the UK, as we include not just medical students, but people from a range of backgrounds, like some NMOs. And we advocate for a range of health justice issues, but this year, obviously, very close to the start of the year, we started focusing heavily on Palestine because we recognized that we needed a national push for advocacy for education, like Sonia just talked about, and also more practical approaches like fundraising events and stuff like that. There has been, in the UK generally, there has been a lot of advocacy that has been like forefronted by students, and some of them have been medical students specifically. And actually, because of the legality of the kind of physician regulation in the UK, medical students face much harsher standards as students than any other kind of students. And so the medical students who have led things like the student encampments have been taking on larger risks. And yeah, of course, they continue to do so because they believe it's the right thing to do. So the members of our organization have been involved in things like that, have been involved with organizations that I'm sure some of you will be familiar with, like Health Workers for Palestine, national ones, and they also have global branches as well. I think that themes like Moshe and Sonia have already touched on is the hypocrisy that we notice when we look at our governments, when we look at the newspaper and the TV. And I know that that extends in many areas of the world, and especially around Europe. And that's why I wanted to reach out to representatives from different NMOs around Europe today and include them here, because when we have even one voice from each country, then we can reach a much larger network of students. And what we found now, more than ever, is that people have been frustrated for long enough that they realize that supporting the cause of Palestine, calling for a ceasefire, calling for an end to occupation is great, but it's time to take action into your own hands and start to do something from the ground up. And I hope that this scheme will be a great way to do that and a great way to bring medical students together to do things for their peers.